You're out at your favorite restaurant with your friends, and you excuse yourself to use the restroom. You do your business, and now you're washing your hands with soap because that's the normal thing to do after going to the bathroom, and you look over your shoulder and notice someone leaving without washing their hands. You, disgusted, go back to your table to gossip with all your friends about how gross that was when you're handed your food by the same person. You quickly tell your friends to put down their forks. You storm out of the restaurant and leave a terrible review, never going back. Ultimately, that restaurant got some bad press and that worker gets fired. But it just goes to wonder how many people don't wash their hands. While the rates are probably different for certain fields, such as doctors and people who handle our food, what about the average person, like your next door neighbor? A survey found that only 66% of Americans actually wash their hands after using the restroom. As for using soap, that's a different story, as about 70% of people admitted to skipping that part. Let's say you wanted to test it out. What would happen if you stopped washing your hands? Within a few minutes, your hands are most likely covered in germs again. Every time you touch an object or shake someone's hand, your hands are picking up new microbes from that surface. And these germs don't just sit there, they replicate and spread to any other surface that you're touching. Now, there's no need to panic yet. Germs are normal, and we need them to survive both inside and outside of our body. Pretty much every inch of our bodies are covered in germs. These are our good germs. They help us digest our food and they help us fight off disease and infection. But a problem starts when these good germs get outnumbered. This is when you'd start to worry. Simply texting your friends introduces a whole new culture of bacteria and viruses on your hands. Our phones are some of the dirtiest objects we come in contact with, and that's just one of the many objects you come into contact with on a day-to-day basis. While you may be laughing with your friends, there is a war going on with the germs on your hands. Eventually, these germs can work their way from your hands to other areas. Germs can get into our body through our eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. Pretty soon, you won't be laughing. You'll be sick. Viruses that cause the cold and flu and most foodborne disease outbreaks come from unwashed hands. While you'd be sick lying in bed, you probably wouldn't be alone for that long. Germs from your unwashed hands can get into foods, drinks, and other objects, waiting for their next victim. It's only a matter of time before someone else gets infected and blames you for getting them sick. Continue to keep those hands dirty and you won't be out of bed for a while. Doctors usually prescribe antibiotics when we have a bacterial infection, and the longer you stay sick, the more medications you'll need to take. But there's one downfall, and it's called antibiotic resistance. After a while, your germs can build up a resistance to these drugs, making those antibiotics you're taking utterly useless. And once it gets to that point, your options are pretty limited. Your best bet is to avoid that road at all costs. And it all starts with simple hand hygiene and a little bit of common sense. Let's give an example. If you're about to cook something, but you just took out the trash, it's probably a good idea to wash your hands beforehand. Don't risk it. Thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our new tips every week.